On today's video, we're going to cover the 5 pieces of technology that I personally cannot live without. We've had some amazing leaps and bounds here over the last 10 years in golf. Things that you just never could dream possible have come to life, and here in 2025, it's only gotten better with things like amazing launch monitors, connected technology in our rangefinders, and so much more. The possibilities really are endless, and there's so many options out on the market. So today, I'm going to try to help you break them down and navigate a little bit about at least what I think my top picks are in 2 categories, really. We're gonna go with a budget category as well as a dream pick if budget was no option. And no matter what your budget is, if you're shopping for golf technology, I highly recommend you check out my friends over at playbetter.com. They've got the best prices on the internet. You will never find it lower than what PlayBetter is offering it for, along with free 48-hour shipping, no taxes if you're out of the state of Maryland, and best of all, the customer service. This is a family-owned business. They care about helping the customer, and they care deeply about the Let's Play Through audience in particular. They've been so good to us over the years. So I'll leave some links down below to everything that we're covering here. And if you're gonna shop somewhere, please do it at playbetter.com and help support this show. All right, let's get into the list. So, first pick that personally I cannot live without, and really over the years has probably been the biggest improvement of lowering my scores, has been a rangefinder. When I was younger, always just looked at a 150 bush and kind of eyeballed it, and I kind of took some pride, and I know a lot of people still take pride in just saying, this looks like 145 yards, that should be an 8-iron for me, or whatever the case may be. Well, a rangefinder cuts out all that guesswork and does so much more. Nowadays, these rangefinders can adjust for slope, for weather conditions, for wind, barometric pressure, altitude, and so many more variables. They've gotten incredibly powerful over the years, and I hit shots tighter when I know what club to hit. My budget pick is going to be from a brand out of Scotland that I actually got to visit here on this show, and what they do is offer incredible bang for the buck. It's Shot Scope, and it's the Pro L2 rangefinder for $149. This thing does the basics for you. It has great build quality at this price point, and that is oftentimes the deciding factor for me. There are some cheaper rangefinders out there. You can find them for $80, $90 on the internet, but they're just not going to hold up like something that is made with care, and ShotScope does that with all of their products. You've got a slope function built into this one, and again, very good basic rangefinder that gets the job done. Now, for my dream pick, all right, if budget is no option for me, it's going to be from Bushnell. This year, it's going to be the Pro X3 Plus Link. The amazing technology packed inside of this one is that it can adjust for all of the weather elements that you'll face out on the course, including wind, and on top of that, it will literally give you a club selection based off your launch monitor data. If, like me, you're using a Foresight or Bushnell launch monitor, you can literally import that data into the rangefinder and have the AI predict which club you should hit in any given situation. It's an absolute game changer. It's one more better decision you can make out on course, and it's gonna drop your scores for sure. Literally the first time I used this system out on course, I dunked one with a club that I would not have hit otherwise. That's how powerful this is. This one is priced at $529, so it is absolutely not cheap, but the technology packed inside is incredible. So rangefinder for me, absolutely a must-have, a go-to in my bag. Now my next pick here is what's on my wrist. I'm a watch guy, as you know. I love mechanical watches, but I also love golf smartwatches. And a lot of people ask me, why a golf smartwatch over something like an Apple Watch? Well, first of all, battery life is huge difference with a dedicated device like this. You're talking multiple rounds, weeks of use in some cases with a dedicated golf smartwatch, and I hate having to charge my watch every single night. That's one major factor. The second, maybe even bigger factor is GPS accuracy out of a golf watch is significantly better than an Apple Watch or a Galaxy or something like that. You're going to get much more accurate GPS coming from some of the big manufacturers like Bushnell, Garmin, and people that really specialize in the game of golf. Thirdly, I just don't like distractions out on the golf course personally, and you've got a lot more flexibility with a golf watch where you can turn off all of those messages and notifications that get in the way of playing good golf. For me, in the budget category at $249, my pick is going to be the ShotScope V5. Now, in addition to really accurate GPS yardages, you're also going to have stat tracking, which ShotScope's really known for, where it will break down your game, really help you play better golf by showing you all of your stats, your driving accuracy, your greens and regulation. You'll also know how far you hit each and every club in your bag. It's amazingly powerful in getting better at golf. And again, ShotScope just creates products that are budget friendly for the average golfer out there. At the top of my list is the one on my wrist right now. This is the Garmin S70. In addition to shot tracking, GPS distances, you'll also get slope adjusted distances, again, factoring wind and other environmental factors to help you make more accurate decisions out on the course. And on top of that, it has a virtual caddy built in to again suggest clubs for you to hit on course. I love wearing watches, especially when I'm traveling, when I don't know the golf course as much as I do at my home course. Generally at my home course, I'm using a rangefinder. When I'm traveling, I'm using a watch for that reason. I want to know where the water comes into play, where the bunkers come into play, that sort of thing. On top of the amazing golf features, this watch has incredible health and wellness features, tracking your sleep, your stress levels, your body battery, literally letting you know if you've got enough rest and enough exercise in order to play at your peak performance. It's absolutely incredible. It does so much more, but of course that comes at a price. This watch regularly priced at $699. I've seen it oftentimes now for about $649. But for me, a golf watch really is an essential piece of technology when I'm on the road. Go in, baby. Man. That's a hell of a two-putt. All right, the next piece of golf technology I can't live without is a powered golf cart. As you know, I'd like to walk. That's my preferred way of playing golf. But walking can be very difficult, especially if I'm holding a camera and playing golf and pushing a cart. It's very taxing on the body. I've had days where I got done shooting out here and just collapsed in my bed for the rest of the afternoon. I wasn't very productive. I got a whole lot more productive when I got myself a powered cart. My budget pick in this category is a product that we recently reviewed here on the channel. It's the Green Eagle Terra Electric cart, and for right around $900, you've got a powered cart with a remote that's very stable, has a lot of traction out on the course, and it's gonna save you and your back a lot of stress for sure. Here at my club, it's about $30 for a cart fee, which means that after about 30 rounds, this thing has paid for itself. So I think it's an incredible investment, especially if you're on a hilly course. I think you'll really enjoy having a powered cart. The Green Eagle is also a cart you can take on the road if you're traveling because it comes with a carry case and it actually disassembles into 3 separate parts. Makes it really simple. Comes with a ton of accessories and again, just a lot of bang for the buck. Now my dream pick in this category is going to be the MGI Zip Navigator AI. At $1,899, it's about double the investment of the Green Eagle, but it's going to offer you some pretty incredible features, including maps of just about every golf course in the world. You can keep score on this. Again, super stable with a 5th wheel, and it's really just a joy to use. That's my pick if budget was no option. But either way, having a powered cart just makes the game of golf so much easier if you're going to walk the course, and it really gives you the idea that you've got a caddy along for the ride. Oh gosh, horrible swing. The next pick on my list is the second best investment I ever made in the game of golf, and that's going to be a launch monitor. If you really want to know your golf game and improve, especially if you're living in a place where winter hits hard, or at least a little harder than it does here in Florida, you're going to love having a golf launch monitor and simulator. There are so many amazing options now on the market. The technology has improved greatly. And not only that, but the prices have really become much more affordable over the years. Now I use my launch monitor indoors primarily. And when you're going to do that, I highly recommend you go with an optical device because it's going to be as accurate as possible. And if you're really trying to improve your golf game using golf technology, you're going to want to have a photometric system like this. Now over the years, optical launch monitors have really been at the top end of the market, but now there's a product that comes in at a much more budget-friendly price. At $699, the Square launch monitor is going to be my pick. This little unit sits beside you and gives you extremely accurate data. Here on screen are all the data points that it can measure. You've got a range, and on top of that, you've got a golf simulator built into it that is really fun to play. The best part for me about the Square is there is no subscription necessary. With a lot of these launch monitors, you've got to pay a monthly in order to maintain it. With the Square launch monitor, that $699 out of the box is going to give you enough credits to play about 55 simulated rounds of golf, and you can can top up for about $10 anytime you want. Really love this device, and if you haven't checked it out, I'm gonna leave a link to the review right here for you. Now at the top end of the market, my pick is going to be the Foresight GC Quad. This is the same launch monitor that I use out here on course and in my simulator studio to get really accurate numbers when I'm testing golf clubs. If you're all about precision and you want the best of the best, it really doesn't get any better than the GC Quad. When you attach stickers to your club, you're not only going to get ball data, but you're also going to get very accurate club data. Again, I'm going to leave the data points that are available here on your screen if you want to pause it. GC Quad and TrackMan are really the two that you see all the pros using out on tour. And for me, again, it's the GC Quad as the pick because it's just so easy to move in and out. Now that accuracy definitely comes at a price, but for me and what I do at least on a professional level, it's worth it. Oh, felt great. Now I said I like to walk, but occasionally I do ride in a cart, especially if I'm playing a casual round with my friends and they don't like walking, that sort of thing. Well, in those cases, it's really nice to actually have a handheld GPS. I like to keep this in my cart. You can see all the distances and features of the course, and some of these things do even more. My budget pick comes in at $149, and yes, once again, it's from ShotScope. Again, great value for money. You'll get distances to all of the main features of the course, and on top of that, you can actually clip this to your belt or even pair it with one of the rangefinders that accepts it, and you can literally get shot tracking built in, and again, access to those same stats that ShotScope is known for. My dream pick is going to be this Garmin G80. Now this product's actually been on the market for many years. I think it's about 5 years old right now, but for me, it still holds up. If you watch my reviews here on Let's Play Through, you know, to me, it's invaluable. I'm using it all the time because I use it as a launch monitor. It actually has basic launch data built into it. In addition to that, it also serves to measure all my shots out here on course. So if I want to know if one driver is better than another, I can literally use this to measure my shots. So many people ask what app I use on my phone. It's not a phone, it's this Garmin G80. And the third thing that I don't use quite as much, but I think is really fun, again, to improve your practice sessions, is it literally has a very basic golf simulator built into it. And it's got access to all of Garmin's courses, which I think are now over 40,000 courses in the world. So just a handy unit. I think it's invaluable. I'd love to see them update this one with maybe a super AMOLED screen or something like that. Not cheap at $499, but again, to me, invaluable. So yeah, for me, those are the 5 things that I literally cannot live without. If there's something on your list that you can't live without, please let me know down below. I always love to hear the discussion. As I mentioned before, if you're going to be shopping for golf technology, do it over at our friends playbetter.com. Hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll catch you back here next time on another edition of Let's Play Through.